How much money does it cost for me to start my micro school? Oh my goodness. I saw this in our group and I said, bingo, I am having a podcast on this, my friends. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the nitty-gritty of how much money do you really need to set aside to start a micro school. Are you ready? Or are you going to hide behind your wallet? Let's not get scared, friends. I promise this doesn't have to be scary. I promise this doesn't have to be daunting. Let's just have a good conversation.
Welcome, teacher, to the Let Your Light Shine podcast. If you're searching for the freedom and permission to design the life you love as a teacher, you're in the right place. I'm on a mission to help teachers just like you build their own dream school or homeschooling business. In this present day, the world needs you, teacher friend, to step out in faith and give students an education they love and so deserve. In this podcast, I will teach you how to start a fulfilling and profitable homeschooling business that lights you up. I'm Mackenzie Oliver, former elementary teacher and instructional coach, gone homeschool teacher and business builder. I'm here to empower you to step outside the classroom and choose the experiences, the curriculum, and all the moments that put a smile on your face and your students. Does it seem like a dream? Well, it did to me, until God opened the doors and made it reality. Together, we are breaking through fears and moving the crowd. So get out your notebook, sharpen your pencil. It's time to get your teach on.
How much does it cost? How much does it cost to build your micro school? You know, I'm just starting off with a little song because a lot of times when we start talking about money, people get real uptight. Like probably even start having symptoms of irritable bowel syndrome. That could be a thing for some people, right? It depends on how you look at money. That's going to determine how you look at the amount that's needed to start your micro school. So if I gave you a number, some are going to say, oh my gosh, I can't do that. Some are going to be like, not too bad. Some are going to be like, oh yeah, I got that. Some are going to be like, I don't know. So it's going to be hard for me, I'm not going to lie, to give you a set number based on number one, where you live, number two, what you're trying to build, number three, what resources you have, number four. It's going to be hard for you to change your mindset if you have a scarcity mindset. I talked in the last episode about growth being an investment. Okay, think about your 401k. Which could really get people in a tizzy. They'd be like, oh my gosh, I can't leave my 401k. We don't even think about how entrepreneurs literally build up their own portfolio and their own 401k. We've been conditioned to think that the only way we're going to get retirement is to just sacrifice ourselves to the system. And I'm here to tell you that I understand it's a real deal. I understand that there are some major concerns that you might have. But I can also tell you that you and I are going to have to be on the path of least resistance when it comes to fortifying ourselves and blazing a trail towards what we are destined to do. And that may come with some sacrifice of not specifically pouring into your 401k for the first 6 months or for the first year. Or maybe you want to build that in to your business blueprint of looking at the money part of it. Absolutely, we can do that. So if you want a cut and dry, this is how much money that I need, I'm going to tell you that it's going to vary as I go through these steps with you. I can give you a rough amount, but you really have to consider how big you want it to be, how expansive you want it to be, what resources you have. So this is a very great topic. I think this is a topic that needs to be discussed. It needs to be discussed more frequently. I love talking about it. I spend majority of the time with my clients talking about finances. And not that I'm a financial expert, because I'm not. But I can share with you what's worked and what we've done and what I've learned and what I'm so proud of having built this school for the past 4 years. Now, as if you're just starting out, you obviously have to think about your numbers. If you are growing your business, you have to think about your numbers. And a lot of people are like, okay, what numbers? We need to think about how much money you need to make. People are like, I never really thought about that. I will sit across from so many parents and teachers and I'll ask them, how much money do you need to make? I can tell you, I've had one person be able to tell me. And that's okay. I'm not shaming anybody. One person was able to tell me. And that is not a stretch. I truly believe it's because we've been so accustomed to just getting a paycheck and it just gets inserted into the bank account and we just keep moving. We just keep on letting it roll that we truly don't know how much money we need. We don't have a budget. And that's okay. This is not to condemn you. This is to make you aware, wow, there's so much power. There's so much to learn. There's so much to be educated on. I want to be free. And the way that you're free is by getting knowledge. It's by figuring things out. It's by looking very detailed. And there are going to be people who are going to be like, nope, can't make a budget, can't stick to a budget, don't want to talk to you about my budget. Listen, I got to tell you, I am not about to go through all your bank accounts, okay, my friends? And I am not about to ask the person that I'm working with, how much money do you need to make? And if they're like, I don't know, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's okay. That's good. Today you're going to walk away knowing. That's what we're going to do. We're going to walk away knowing today how much money you need to make. And we start working backwards and we start working towards a plan to get you there. Because honestly, that's what you need to know. How much money is it going to cost to build my Microschool? Well, I'm first going to ask you, how much money can you put into it? You can't pour out of an empty cup. And if your cup is, let's say, $500, I'm going to tell you, this is what you need to be investing in. But a lot of us don't know how much is in our cup. That's why one of the greatest breakthroughs I see is sitting and working with people on the financial aspect of this business. And every month, my friends, let me tell you something. Every month, I keep learning and growing and finding something new. And you're talking to someone who has always said, I'm not a numbers girl. I can't stick to a budget. I don't know how to plan accordingly. It's not one of those moments where I'm coming at you with this incredible, amazing financial background. But I'll tell you what I did do. I hired someone to teach me, my friends. And it cost me. Okay, you ready for this? My very first month, whenever I invested in a coach to help me with the money aspect of the business, it cost me $1,000. From that $1,000, I gained $4,000. Every month after, it's been around $500 to $750, depending on the amount of time that I spend with this person. And every month, I'm not only receiving a return on that investment, I'm either getting 150% more, if not 200% more. So every time that I thought, I cannot afford this, it was a moment of saying, you can't afford not to. Now, with that being said, I did have to go into it with some wisdom. How much money is it going to be for a coach? How much money is it going to be? And where am I going to pull this money from? And what can we cut out of? What can we add to make some more money to pay for this? And the truth of the matter is, every single time we've put our faith behind growing, God has provided the increase. One man plants, one man waters, God provides the increase. Now, I share that with you because I want you to know that if you're looking for a price, how much money do I spend on my Microschool, it really is going to depend on your budget. I need to know what you want to make and what you can invest in it. And if it's $1,000, I'm going to tell you where that $1,000 should go. But I'm going to tell you this. Number one, you must invest in marketing. You have to invest in marketing because it's your message and that's what converts people to your Microschool. Whether that be a website, whether that be a coach, definitely the business bundle, whether that be someone who is going to teach you how to market, how to gain the insight and the wisdom of converting students to your micro school. But please do not go out and buy a fancy Nancy, expensive marketing series that has nothing to do with your specific niche, which is building a micro school, my friends. Okay? You also cannot sprinkle your money everywhere. The most important thing is that you can pay yourself. That's number one. So that's how much we need to start a micro school, is how much we need to pay ourselves. Number two, we have to consider our overhead. Now with your overhead, again, it varies. For me, my overhead was so small to begin with. I really did sacrifice the first couple years. And I don't mean this like, oh, look at me, put me up on a pillar, I'm just so sweet, I just sacrificed. No, that's not what I'm saying. I didn't want to sacrifice, guys. There were times where it sounded real blissful to work from home, and there were other times where I was like, oh my goodness gracious, please, I'll do anything to get this out of my house. Okay, and I still kept doing it. And I really enjoyed the moments, and I look back and I'm glad that it's out of my house, because I actually said for a long time I never wanted it out of my house. But I also didn't have a growth mindset probably during that time. Maybe I was scared. Maybe I just didn't want to get out of my comfort zone. I had a real grandiose vision, and God moved us, so I had to surrender. And I'm glad I did. I actually really loved driving to work again. But for a season of my life, I was so glad that I got to stay home. And I really thought I wanted to do it forever, but then I decided I didn't want to. So then I found a place, and then God found an even greater place. So to start off with, you're definitely going to need to save money for your LLC. Got to do that. I would definitely recommend that you have a curriculum budget and a supplies budget, and that is offset by parents. They pay that. They pay a separate curriculum and a separate tuition. And from the curriculum, I like to teach the Profit First method. I teach my clients how to separate their bank accounts. I teach them how to separate their debit cards. I teach them how to label. I teach them how to put money into it every month. It's so fun. It's so good. It's like putting a puzzle together. But that really helps people stay in control of their finances and how much they need to be investing in. So I definitely recommend that you are budgeting for how much it costs to start your LLC. And I definitely recommend looking at the cost of your rental space if you're going to be renting, or if you're going to be staying at home. We need to add in a couple factors that could increase your fixed expenses, such as your heating, your air, your cleaning. You know, my first year I was like, I definitely am going to have to hire a cleaner, and I didn't. I got cleaning for free by my students. We still don't have a cleaner. All of our students clean the church, and our pastor has said, I used to have adults renting out this church space. You can't even find a crumb for these children. There's 40 children, and you would never know that there's 47 people in this building every day. And yet I had a handful of people coming and renting out my space, and they were atrociously dirty. My friends, we get real wise. We get real savvy with the way that we can utilize and squeeze out our resources. I had so many people donating curriculum materials to me. You guys, whenever I started our micro school, I literally started it with less than $1,000. I did it in my home. I think it was less than $500, to be honest with you. The parents paid for the curriculum, the supplies. I did it in my home. People were giving me donations. I did invest a little bit into furniture. But I'll tell you what I didn't do. I did not forecast what happens when the curriculum isn't working. Okay, so the next year I increased my curriculum expenses, my supplies. I would definitely, if you are one where you're like, okay, I can do that. I can set aside my salary. I can set aside the amount that I have for rent. I definitely want to make sure that I am keeping myself on a growth path, that I'm investing in coaching, that I'm investing in resources. If you don't have the time, this is the other part, is you might want to know how much money you need, but I'm also going to ask you, how much time do you need? And from there, I'm going to tell you, this is what you need to be investing in. This is how much money it's going to be. I suggest that you buy these resources. I suggest that you do this program or this coaching so that you can get the biggest impact in the shortest amount of time. I want to have you see results, right? You want to have results. You want to get those students enrolled. You want to make sure you're paying your bills. You want to make sure that you have all your overhead covered. You want to make sure that you're going to have the steps in place when it comes to being able to hire people to help you.
It's official. You are able to see what all the fuss is about by heading over to www.teachersletyourlightshine.com/Black Friday. Here you will be able to see what we are offering for Black Friday to get you in the position of starting your microschool or growing your existing microschool or homeschool hybrid. You're able to read all about it, and when the sale goes live, you will have first class seat, my friend. Yes, the space is limited as we are only able to provide so much coaching before the end of the year. So join the wait list. Snag your business bundle, snag your free coaching, and let's get it started.
Depending on how large you want your school or how much you are able to spend in supplies, or if those are given, or if you have a curriculum and a supplies budget that families have to invest in, you'll want to think about some administrative cost, like budgeting for office supplies, software, educational technology. I would also say, do you have time to fundraise? If not, this is what your budget is. Do you have time to invest in this type of a website and email marketing? If not, this is the route that I want you to go. If yes, here's your budget. I love helping people craft a budget for their business because the numbers don't lie. Numbers give you clarity. Did I just say the numbers don't lie? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm getting a little distracted. I'm recording at the church right now, and they're doing music lessons. And so you might hear some piano in the background. But the thing is, you definitely need to be thinking about having someone help you look at your budget and what you need to account for, because that's going to determine how much it's going to cost to get your microschool up and going. Truth be told, it really is, because I'm not going to tell you to invest in a whole gamut of items or activities if that is not sustainable. And the most important thing that we have to think about is you. And is this sustainable for you? And how will we make it sustainable for you? How can we cut costs? How can we increase student enrollment? How can we increase your revenue? And last but not least, considering any type of legal or regulatory costs. So navigating any type of legal requirements in your state. That's something that we may need to do some investigating on. Are there licenses? Are there permits? Are there any type of compliance-related expenses? So even consulting with legal professionals may incur cost. I have not had to do that necessarily with my tax accountant, but some people may have to do so. And of course, there's operational expenses. Depends on how fancy you want to make it to begin with. Technology, equipment, tablets, computers. If not, hey, you're like me. I just had 2 computers, 2 laptop, old shanky computers. But I will say that can also come from fundraising and donations, and I can give you a goal on how much it would be in order to help make your student ratio to the student dollar come into full effect. Now, I would also say, and one thing that I forgot to mention is your insurance. You want to make sure you consider insurance costs, liability insurance, because you want to protect your microschool from any potential legal and financial risk. That's also why you have a handbook and a contract. Now, as the years go on, we invested more in furniture. We invested more in supplies. I invested in coaches. I had a contingency fund where I was able to create this fund to cover unexpected cost and financial setbacks that arise, and I teach you how to do that using the Profit First method. So it is so personalized to you, and that's one way that I want to help you. You can snag your business bundle. The website is open. You are not able to snag it just yet, but you can go and look at what is offered. Starting next week on Black Friday, you can grab your business bundle, which is what you need to get started, all your marketing documents, and then you can grab your clarity coaching session for free, and we can work on specifically where you're at, Typically, it's the money, it's the mindset, and it's the marketing. So of those three, where can I help you move the needle, get more results in less time, get your students enrolled, get your business off the ground, get your business growing, and get you in a position for success mentally, emotionally, financially, professionally?
Head over to teachersletyourlightshine.com/Black Friday to join our waitlist and be notified when the sale goes live so you don't miss it and you definitely get a spot.
Parents and teachers, it is now time to announce our big Black Friday special that will be released the day after Thanksgiving 2023. Like you, I struggled to put all of the pieces together when I knew it was time to step away from my teaching career and start a new path of freedom, joy, and prosperity. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know how to plan. I didn't know what to prioritize or how to make the dream come alive. As a matter of fact, a lot of times I was tangled in so much fear, pressure, overwhelm, doubt, insecurity, and just feeling stuck. I knew I wanted to make a change in education and in my professional and personal life, but I didn't have a roadmap. I needed a starting point. I knew I had to get professional guidance and the tangible tools to create our Microschool and Homeschool hybrid program. Once I stepped away from 15 years in public school teaching and instructional coaching, I invested my time and energy into creating a dream school with the help of several mentors, family members, and all of the documents and tools needed to start and grow this business. After 4 years of growing a Microschool, expanding it into a homeschool hybrid, and teaching hundreds of people like you to do the same, I'm here to make your dream a reality in less time, less overwhelm, less financial insecurity, while making sure that you are mentally, physically, and financially prepared to enroll your desired amount of students. Get ready for the ultimate Microschool and Homeschool hybrid startup package, where we have put the best of both worlds together. You will be able to purchase our top-rated business bundle and receive free business coaching from me as a Microschool and Homeschool hybrid creator and owner for the past 4 years. I know that you are passionate and dedicated to not only starting your business, but helping it to be successful. If you've dreamed of starting a Microschool, your own school, a homeschool hybrid, but you don't know where to begin, if you are trying to launch a successful school, or you need to grow what you already have, but you need the guidance, the marketing materials, and experienced mentor by your side, the ultimate startup package is where you need to invest your time and money. If you've already started your Microschool or your homeschool hybrid, but you don't have the student enrollment that you were hoping for, if you're stressed to find the right families and the students for your dream school, if you wish you had a better marketing system and enrollment process, then you need to look no further for our comprehensive Microschool and Homeschool hybrid startup package. It will equip you with all the essential marketing documents and resources you need to launch, advertise, and enroll students successfully, as well as receive personalized business coaching to get you in action closer to starting your dream school in less time and overwhelm. There's no more wondering where you begin. How do you get started? We're going to provide all of the business documents needed to get your Microschool and Homeschool hybrid program started and advertise for student enrollment. There's no other place you will find these resources. After 2 years, the business bundle is still the only marketing and startup resource available to educational entrepreneurs, providing results to hundreds of parents and teachers alike. There's no more feeling alone and isolated in your dream, no more feeling stuck, no more feeling frustrated because you don't have a plan. You're going to receive, upon the purchase of your business bundle, a free coaching consultation with me. I will guide you through the process of starting and running your Microschool or Homeschool hybrid, and it's a $200 valued service. We've combined a treasure trove of goodness for you. In the business bundle, you're going to receive the introductory packet, all of your promotional materials, your enrollment package, the parent contract and handbook, your destination location letter, and all of the legal documents that you need to get started. This Black Friday special is going to give you a free 1-hour coaching session where we design all of the action steps that you need to get started. So you're going to have not only all of the documents, but you're going to receive consultation. You're going to receive action steps with goals and priorities that will last you for a lifetime. Friends, you will be able to get started, which is part of the problem. You need to know how to get started, what to prioritize. This does not have to be a daunting task. This needs to be an inspirational, empowering journey. Don't do it alone, and don't do it without the proper tools. Start saving today. The doors open up on November 24th. When you purchase your business bundle, you're receiving free coaching that will help you get unstuck and put you on the path to success. So as you're waiting, head on over to www.teachersletyourlightshine.com/Black Friday. Again, that's teachersletyourlightshine.com/Black Friday. And get ready, because the doors open in 1 week to be able to receive your business bundle along with a free coaching session. Yes!